This is delicious pineapple Fanta. Alright, here we go. So, we've got Honda. The character that I put the least amount of work into so far. Because I don't play charged characters, and I especially don't play piano characters. So, I play on pad, which means that it's been a real pain to try to adjust to figuring out how to get hands. Luckily, my control scheme that I made for Falk, that I've just kept for all the other characters that I've been playing, is actually pretty good, because I can hit all 3 punches at the same time without hitting the 3-punch button itself, which means that I can pretty effectively piano them off of a single input. So I can get, like, say, light punch into light hands, medium hands, heavy hands, and EX hands whenever I want. That being said, I still am at a loss for getting just light kick into hands. Don't have a good solution to do that yet. Anyways, I'm assuming if you're wanting to play Honda, you'll find your own way to do hands inputs, but whatever. Let's get into the character. So, I think this character has... Okay, he has pretty bad Oki across the board. From a lot of his knockdowns, they're not going to grant great Oki if the opponent back rises, which they're going to. So, off of that... Off of that... His sweep is okay, and you'll probably be landing his sweep quite a few times, because his sweep is lightning fast. It's 7 frames, I think? You can combo it off of medium kick, so... But beyond that... Yeah, he's going... What his strengths are is he has really good hurt boxes on his attacks, on his jabs, and his medium punches especially, and his heavy punch has a pretty good hurt box. So, they have fair amount of recovery. You know, they don't recover as fast as, like, any of Lucia's medium buttons, but they're good to stick out. You know, he can turtle pretty hard, and these are just really annoying buttons that are difficult to beat out. His hands are pretty effective as well for long range. Light hands in particular is a 7-frame startup, I think. You can combo it raw off of medium kick. Like so. Kind of a pain. I'm not used to timing it. There we go. But yeah, his light hands is +2 on block, medium hands is +1 on block, heavy hands reaches the furthest besides EX, and it's -2 on block. And EX hands is also -2 on block. Anyways. So yeah, his jabs, both of his light punches are 5 frames. I think both of his light kicks are 4 frames. His standing light kick is special cancelable, so that'll be your conversions off of stuff like that, where you're only +4, or like that. You can get light kick into his headbutt. I would go for medium or heavy headbutt in most circumstances. Wait, I think only medium works, actually. Yeah, okay. And EX headbutt. You can probably get, if you have, I haven't found the input for it, but you can probably get light kick into EX or light hands if you can manage to cancel it. There we go. And so yeah, his light kick is pretty good, but his jabs are really where his neutral's at, and his medium punches. His heavy punches are good anti-air, and his charge moves are good anti-airs. Both charge moves, actually. His headbutt is pretty good anti-air as well, especially for dealing with dive kicks. This character's strength mostly comes in the fact that his buttons and all of his actions do a lot more damage and stun than they feel like it. He can do a lot of damage out of nowhere, especially in when he's in trigger. Because his lights and his mediums both do abnormally high stun output, especially here, if I were to demonstrate. So, his light punch, Ryu's light punch, is going to do 70 stun on a jab, 100 on a medium, and 150 on a heavy, which is pretty standard. So, Honda's going to do 90 on a jab, over 100 on a counter hit jab, 108, 120 on a medium, and almost 150, almost the stun of a heavy on a counter hit. And his heavies hit normally. They hit like everyone else's heavies. So because his best moves for poking and being annoying do so much stun output, as well as his headbutts do really good stun, and his butt slams do pretty good stun as well. So he can stun you without having good Oki, just by having an abnormally high stun output for each individual hit that he's landing. Alright, let's talk about his other moves. So, off of medium punch, he also has this target combo. This down forward heavy kick is a unique move. It's +5 on hit, so you can get it into his other target combo that he has off of jab. He can get combos like that. But the other thing about his down forward heavy kick is that he can Kara cancel it into, say, his command grab, into hands, and into his down charge moves. He can also, even though it is a down forward heavy kick, so you have to be holding forward to do it, he can Kara cancel from it into his back charge move. Like so. I am not good at doing it. It's about as hard, or maybe even harder, than getting, like, a standing move into a down charge move. Like so. So, you can buffer, or you can get a back charge, and then, yeah, cancel it into his forward charge, which is useful if you have, say, medium punch. Medium punch, you can be holding back charge, and medium punch isn't normally special cancelable or cancelable into anything without having trigger 1. But you can do medium punch into the down forward hard kick, and you can Kara cancel the down forward hard kick into a headbutt to combo off the medium punch even from back here. Extremely difficult in terms of execution. I have never managed to do it, but it is an option. That being said, you would of course be whiffing the down forward hard kick in doing this, so if you don't, like, if you see that you didn't get a hit confirm, you can probably cancel it into, like, hands or something if you're really sharp on your execution. That is an option. I think it's going to be a while before people, if ever, are going to be doing that. Alright, let's talk about this target combo. Light punch, medium punch. It's -6 on block, and it doesn't reach super far. Some characters, you know, he can use it on some characters without getting punished for it at -6 at this range, but really this is something you want to, like, hit confirm into, or at least be able to keep safe. But yeah, it has Launching properties, you can go into the V skill, and it has a decent knockdown. That V skill you can cancel into trigger, or this part is special cancelable, so you can go into hands and combo off of it like that, or you can get a back charge move. His medium kick, so his medium kick's pretty short range. Crouching medium kick, not special cancelable, it's -2 on block. It's okay, it's an okay button. It's +4, so if you're here, you can combo off of it like that. But standing medium kick is special cancelable, and it is +4 on block. It's +7 on hit, which means that you can combo it into sweep. You can combo it straight into light hands. Medium punch, single medium punch. If your execution is super on point, that medium punch can go into a down forward hard kick into that for a knockdown. If you're really close, you can get the V skill. One good counter hit confirmed to go for. Okay, so his medium kick will be like +9 on counter hit, but it has a lot of pushback. It's difficult to combo off this without... Okay, technically, you could do, even from back here, you could do his EX butt slam, because it does travel that distance in about 9 frames, 8 or 9 or 10 frames, depending on the exact distance. But unfortunately, this is a standing move, so you're not going to be able to get that down charge in time. Longest range is going to be light hands, but you're not going to get that much off of it without trigger. Really a good counter hit thing to look for. You can, you know, annoy them with jabs. Both of his jabs can be counter hit confirmed into his sweep. Now, of course, they can also be counter hit confirmed into just raw light hands. Yeah, my execution sucks. Anyway, so, yeah, you can counter hit confirm them into light hands from long range, but slightly closer. Even if you're just, you know, walking forward, peppering, you know, standing light punch, you can counter hit confirm it and get a quick knockdown. Heavy punch is unique. It's a good anti-air, but if you're really close, it is special cancelable. If you're further away, it hits later. It's really bad on block up close, but if you're further away, it's about -4. It's fine. So yeah, it's a good move to just do it's like a meaty into medium or light hands. For some reason, this move is annoyingly difficult to cancel. Anyways. So yeah, you got that. Crouching heavy punch is okay. It's a crush counter. I don't think it's that great. If you get it, or if you get his forward hard kick, they're both crush counters that you can, like, you know, get a quick headbutt off of, or something like that, or something like that. But both crouching heavy punch and forward hard kick are pretty bad on block. Forward hard kick being much worse. It doesn't have as good of a hurt box as his other moves. It whiffs for longer. Similar story with his crouching heavy punch. I would mostly just be annoying the opponent with stuff like this. And swinging like this for a V-trigger activation, maybe. This move is a big risk. Much riskier than most of his other stuff. Roundhouse is okay, you know, it can be an anti-air. It's also plus on... the second hit hits high, but it is plus on block, actually. So, you know, you can catch people walking backwards and be plus afterwards to little benefit. It's good combo fodder. Stuff like that. And his sweep, like I said, it's really fast. It's pretty good. It actually hits behind him. In some circumstances, you can use it to... He has a little bit of a rough time anti-airing cross-ups without down charge. But yeah, you can it will hit behind him, so you can sometimes anti-air cross-ups with it. If the cross-up isn't very good, if it doesn't hit that far back, you can sweep, and when the leg goes behind him, it'll hit them. Realistically, though, that's not a very reliable thing. You should probably just jump back air to air for cross-ups, or just be ready with the down charge. Alright, let's talk about his headbutts. So, if he's really close like this, it's always, light one is always going to be -4, which it's punishable from some characters at this range, but then any further, and it's really going to be difficult for them to punish it without a special action, like some characters with a 4-frame super could punish this, but if you're fighting against Honda, you might wonder, especially if you're at this range, what strength of headbutt he used, because it determines how heavy you can punish it. You'll want to tell by the voice line that he says. He has a different voice line for each one that's very distinct. So you should probably listen to all of his voice lines for the headbutts in both English and Japanese, just so that you're ready to identify each one depending on who you run up against. And EX is horrifically minus. It's an armor move, but it's -26 on block. Then we have his slams, which are generally -2 if they hit in front, and -4 if they hit behind. And EX is +5 in the front, and -2 behind. So EX you have some control over. You can hold back or forward to move it initially, and then once he's in the air, well, once he's like above the opponent, or if you hit the opponent on the way up, you get some control. So you can hold forward to make it go forward, further forwards at the start, or you can hold back to like bait something, or but then hold forward to make it go forward again. So if you go forwards, you can still make it go cross up, or you can make it fall in front by changing, stopping, holding forward, and then start holding back. Like so. His EX Slam is really good. It's a really good move because it is incredibly fast, an incredibly fast mid that hits extremely far. So it will just catch the opponent. Any anxiety, like as a grappler, like any twitchiness that you feel or have a read that your opponent's going to press something, jump, backdash, it doesn't matter. It covers that entire space. Any action, especially any action they take that goes into the air, is going to get blown up and caught by that. So it's really good if you read that your opponent just wants to move at all. You can just shut it down with that. And even if you're wrong, you can make them guess, same side or cross up. And if you're on the same side, you're still you're +5 anyways. You can continue your offense. So this is a really good move. Alright, beyond that, we have his command throw, which is okay. It has decent carry. It doesn't do that much damage. I mean, his forward dash is really fast, and it goes really far for having a command throw that reaches as far as his does. So he's a pretty dangerous guy. Especially if you're worried about any of your movement options being shut down by his safe headbutts or his plus on block EX slams. So all these options, plus his really annoying buttons to deal with, and the threat of a really fast dash up into a really long range command throw, all make for a pretty deadly character in neutral. He's not going to get too much in the way of Oki though. One thing to note is that his regular command grabs are a lot slower, or a little bit slower, than a lot of other characters' command grabs. So say, a regular like 6-frame command grab would be able to be at a +2 situation, and then meet at the same frame as a 4-framer, and it would beat it because throws beat buttons. Honda's regular command throws are 7 frames startup. His EX is significantly fast. I think it's 5 frames. I think his EX one is actually really fast. But yeah, his regular throws are slower than the average bear. You will need to be like +3 to get real traps into them. Your best meaty, and this is like just in a general sense, your best meaty after your command throw is probably going to be EX Slam, because you're at +10 frame advantage, and that will travel there in like 9-10 frames, so that will cover any action that they do on the wake up. You could also opt to go for a raw hands on their wake up. That is probably also a pretty decent option, but you're not going to be able to maintain your pressure afterwards. Unless you do the EX one. So yeah, that's pretty much the character. You have some other options that are really good. You know, you gotta know what you can get off your Oki, which is usually not a lot. If they normal recover, you can get Oki off of a lot of this stuff. They normal recover that, you're gonna get Oki. They normal recover your headbutts, you're gonna get Oki. They normal recover that, you're gonna get Oki. So yeah, they'll be back recovering most of your attacks. Some things that you can do in terms of mix-up department to threaten with, like... Because he doesn't really have that many great options to catch backdashes without just, you know, doing his all-purpose, you know, anti-movement option, which is that. If you were to say, you know, try to threaten with a mix-up of an attack into a command grab, and you wanted something that was really good at stopping a backdash or a jump, you're probably looking at medium hands. Medium hands, okay, if you were to, say, do it off of, like, a standing light punch. Standing light punch already combos into light hands and EX hands. But it's not really a frame trap, per se. If you, so if you were to do it, like, light punch into light hands, that's a true block string. If you were to do it in medium hands, it can get interrupted by 3-framers or 4-framers or anything in between. Yeah, generally, if you really need to, like, frame trap them, you're gonna need to do it into EX hands. So yeah, doing crouch jab into EX hands has some merits, but anyways, if you were to try to read a backdash, you're gonna be looking at medium hands, because medium hands, when it hits someone out of the air, has the best juggle state. You can also do heavy hands or EX hands, but it's gonna send them flying. So yeah, you're looking at something like that. If it catches them out of a backdash, it depends on the character. Like, Ryu stays pretty low to the ground when he does his backdash. He's only airborne for a little bit, and then he's still in recovery, but he's on the ground afterwards. So if you get that, you can combo off of it like that, which is a good way to punish backdashes. And if you're thinking they're gonna jump out of your command grabs, you know, you can punish that even better with your medium hands. So yeah, that's a good read if you think they're gonna try to escape from your command grabs. Beyond that, you can just do, like, just do a headbutt, and that'll just, you know, frame trap them, stop them from doing much. There's a lot of situations where you can get good trade combos off of a headbutt in the corner. Like that. And then we move on to his triggers. So his trigger 1, you can activate it from hands, which means it's really good automatically. Good ways to activate into trigger would be forward heavy kick, because you stay forward and you're really plus, or just going from hands. Like so. So yeah, trigger 1, you know, it's rough for me to say which trigger I think is better at the moment. I really think his trigger 1 has a lot of merits. So in trigger 1, you're going to be getting this headbutt that you can do at any point in time, so you don't need to have back charge. It's -4 on block and has a lot of pushback, so it's really good. If you do it like right in their face, it's not going to bounce back very far, but yeah, you can always have this. It's a good thing to threaten with. When you release it, it no longer has armor, but while you're charging it, it charges up, and at the end it becomes a guard break, and while you're charging it, it has armor. But it's not really great for reacting to like fireballs because the armor ends. It's probably better to just go for the EX headbutt. Or his V skill. I mean, his V skill is weird just because it's so slow, but it is special cancelable. You know, sometimes there might be merit to just clapping, but it also has some pretty bad recovery as well. I don't know, it doesn't seem that great. In order for you to actually, like, catch him and then be able to punish a fireball, you're gonna have to do it on prediction. And, if you have super, you might as well just do that instead. Even from full screen, you can react to characters, a lot of characters' fireballs. So yeah, V-Scale, kind of weird, but one benefit, it's -6 on block, but one benefit is that you can still do it, you can still special cancel it even on block, so you can do it into hands, which can be a benefit because that makes it his longest range special cancelable move, because you can special cancel a heavy punch, but only if you're really close. So yeah, there is merit to like just having this as a move, I suppose. I haven't messed around with it as much. So yeah, back to trigger. The main benefit I think that this gives you is giving you really good knockdowns and really good conversions off of anything. So you can do like anything. You can just be playing footsies and you can just do like walk up, light punch, hands, right? You can just do walk up, light punch, hands. I mean, hell, you can just land any hands at any point in time, and then you can confirm it into the headbutt. So yeah, you can just, you know, mosey around. Light punch hands. Oh, instantly you get a really, really good knockdown, or you get fantastic Oki. Beyond that, I don't think the guard break is super effective. I don't think it's great. Yeah, I don't think it's like as effective as like say charging the hybrid charge, because it loses its armor after it starts moving. And it doesn't have projectile invincibility or anything like that, and it doesn't hit anywhere near as high up as Abigail's does. So yeah, I think this has limited benefits to just threaten to charge it in front of their face. But yeah, it does. It's definitely a great confirm tool off of hands. And you can literally hit confirm this off of any of his heavy moves. If I were to hit it to random, easy hit confirms off of every heavy. And standing medium punch. So yeah, this makes him, and of course, you know, that's not forgetting the fact that you now get a low, a threatening low. It's not one that you can hit confirm, but you get a threatening low into a good knockdown. So he becomes, you know, much more dangerous. And you get all these great buffers. You know, all these buttons that are already, you know, winning you tons of hits in neutral, but not really converting into much. They just do, like, abnormally high stun output. All of a sudden, you're getting these fantastic, this fantastic move to buffer into that will get you a great knockdown with excellent Oki. And another thing to do is that, you know, even though I think it's most beneficial to use this one at a time, like that, you can, after you land a particular attack, you can go into another headbutt and spend even more of the V gauge, which is also super cancelable. If you need like a big comeback to make, it's good that the option is there, but it uses a lot of your V gauge for like not really significantly more benefit than just taking your good knockdown. Alrighty, then let's move on to Trigger 2. So this gives you your running bear grab. It runs pretty far. It has really good damage, but more importantly, really high stun output. You get good Oki off of it. It automatically takes you to the corner. You get various Oki options. You get a meaty down forward hard kick. You get a full dash up. So yeah, tons of options off of that. You can combo into this from like a light into the EX hands, or if you're closer, you can get like heavy punch in a medium or heavy hands, and then you can combo into it like that. And the running charge does have armor on it, so you can use it to anti-air, you can use it to bully in neutral. If you're getting pressured, you can just, you know, let it go. And the benefit of this is, of course, it's a 2-bar trigger. There's one very important thing to note about EX Slam. That's that if you catch them on the way up, which you're probably going to be doing a lot of the time because it's a good check, be wary that a knowledgeable and practiced player will be able to punish this by using a V-reversal. Depending on the character, but a strike-based V-reversal, they'll use it on the first hit. You don't do it immediately, because if you do it immediately, then it just gets punished. You time it at a very precise time so that the invincibility still lasts when he comes down, but you recover fast enough to be able to get it punished. So if you're fighting Honda, you definitely want to practice timing your character's V-reversal timing to be able to get a punish on that EX Slam. Now, one thing you can do to bait this out or protect yourself from this as the Honda player in question is go for the cross-up. The cross-up option has a slightly different timing and will recover a little bit faster. And it also forces them to hold a different direction. They have to hold backwards to get the V-reversal, so they're not always going to get it. Especially if they do it delayed. Yeah, if they were to V-reversal, it'll probably go through. It's just going to function a little bit differently than if you were to stay on the same side. So that's pretty much it. That's my take on Honda. As far as I'm able to execute with him, I think he's pretty good. I think he can be really frustrating. I think that a lot of his buttons just work really well for what they are, and he can rack up stun really quickly, especially if he gets a good general read on his opponent. You know, if you generally read that they're getting anxious, then bam, you know, you can catch him.